Water signs, we are taking a look at the energies which you're going to be facing for the month of March. If you haven't already taken a look at my reading for you for February 27th through March 5th, please take a look at that. There are a number of important messages in there for you to make your upcoming week better. We're going to take a look at what kinds of messages you have for March. Grand total, 4 weeks. You have the Three of Wands here in reverse. This might mean that some water signs are expecting something to come in that isn't, because the work was not put in. Water signs, what else have we got going on? Crossing you. Crossing you, there was some stagnancy here. Please be cautious in the month of March that you continue to work for yourself, for your highest good, for the best version of yourself, for your up-leveling, because this is an energy that says, I don't want to do anything different because what I'm doing makes me happy, is comfortable, and that's not always a good place to be. In this case, it's not bringing you good things anymore. There aren't any ships coming, and they don't have any goodies on them because there's a real risk that nothing was done leading up to March, and now these are the kind of consequences, unfortunately. I do see that you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You might be dealing with some bad karma, and we'll use this as a clarifier card against the cross. This might be the universe forcing water signs to change against their will. The only constant is change. It's something that we can't avoid, and we can choose to embrace it, or we can choose to drag our heels. And I feel like for a lot of water signs, that's what's going on here. There's some Page of Wands energy here. So this is in the past. Some water signs, a lot of water signs, may have struggled with how they handled a situation. It's possible that they didn't take action in time. It's possible that they didn't take the right action. I want to get some clarification on this Page of Wands. This Page of Wands did not put down a burden when they were supposed to have put down their burden. They're still carrying something around for other people. This isn't their burden to carry. They're carrying water signs, have been carrying other people's burdens for them in addition to their own. And now they're expecting more than they would be getting, because this wasn't their work to do. With the Three of Wands in reverse, that wasn't their work to do, and so these won't be their results. You may not be getting the results that you want, water signs, because this wasn't your burden to carry. Hang on, we'll shuffle a little bit before we get into your future. The universe isn't going to reward taking on other people's burdens. It wants you to handle your burden. It wants other people to handle their own burdens. This is how we grow. And now in your future, in March, you have the Hermit. You might be doing a lot of introspection. You are definitely being encouraged to do a lot of introspection here in your future. This relationship that you've been carrying, these relationships that you've been carrying may fall apart. And you might find yourself alone in the month of March, or you might be around these people and still be alone. You might feel alone. You've got the Knight of Swords up right here with your conscious. It feels like there was a lot of exploration, a lot of talking about what you wanted out of this relationship, what you wanted out of your doing all this work for the people in your life. And there was a lot of talk, but there wasn't much actual thought, actual intellect put into whether this was a burden worth carrying for other people or not. I see subconsciously that a lot of water signs are really struggling with their choice. You've got the Five of Cups here in reverse. It's difficult to look at the two cups that you've got still standing. It's easier for a lot of water signs to look at the cups that have spilled, to continue to look at them. And for a lot of water signs, you might just really be stuck in the month of March. You might struggle with feeling stuck in the month of March with how you're not seeing the results that you wanted to see by carrying other people's burdens for them. That's going to tear you up, and you might feel utterly burned out. You genuinely might not know what to do. You might cry a lot the month of March, and I don't mean to bring you bad tidings at all, but I see some real struggles this month that you can work through. You can work through this, but I think this is going to have to be with a therapist, with a trusted friend who actually means well for you, because I see people in your life who are allowing you to carry their burdens for them. And that's the mark of an immature individual. A lot of the people in this situation need to grow up. I feel a lot of fire energy here in this spread as well. So water signs, you might have some fire energy in your birth chart. Be sure to look into that. Your advice is to reflect on who you are as the King of Wands. And this might feel completely opposite to you. Like the King of Wands sees a situation and acts, doesn't sit around for long. For some of you folks, you might genuinely be asked by the universe to kind of be stagnant, to burn in place, so to speak, to watch the situation bear out and plan for the next round. You might need to do your healing. You might need to take action towards yourself first. You might need to take responsibility towards yourself first and say, I love me at least as much as I love the people around me. And part of that love says, I'm not going to haul around your burdens for you. I've got enough work on my own. Therefore, I'm going to rule my burden and you can rule yours. This is about becoming the master of taking action for yourself without anyone guiding you. And the Hermit here is going to be part of that future for March. Is in this month, you might be asked, or you are going to be asked, to up-level yourself as the King of Wands and be someone who acts on your own guidance, who doesn't need outside counsel. Therapy helps, but they're not going to give you, they're there to encourage you to give yourself better advice over time. Introspection with the Hermit, being alone by yourself, even when it's difficult, even when you don't want to be alone. And I know that a lot of water signs hate being alone. But here you are being asked to be alone so that you can become this King of Wands, become this better person who doesn't haul around people's burdens for them. Your external situation is, I see you moving. I see you having to let go of a situation. With this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this is the universe forcing a situation. You are being forced to possibly let go of a home. Some of you might be foreclosed on. Some of you might not have made rent and you're being evicted. Some of you, like, you're not able to live with your family anymore, and this is what's going on, is you're having to leave. You wanted wonderful things out of this situation. You worked overtime to make everybody feel good except for yourself, and everything still fell apart for you. You've got some difficult energy coming up in the month of March. Please tap into a therapist. No tarot reading by anyone is ever a replacement for therapy. You've got some real fears about taking back what is yours in the month of March. I see you as being this figure in the foreground, as the person who takes back what is theirs from the people who've been taking from it. You're afraid to do this because you're afraid of stepping on toes. You're afraid of offending people, making people upset. Meanwhile, you're upset because you don't have these wonderful things coming in. This Three of Wands energy reversed. You don't have these wonderful things coming in that you really wanted, that you thought you were working for, and it feels like wasted effort. You are being asked to take all of that back. In the month of March, that's your challenge. That will not come naturally to a lot of water signs. To some Scorpios, that might be exactly what feels good. But for a lot of water signs, Pisces stands out. Pisces might really struggle with taking back what is theirs and feeling good about, this is mine. I was supposed to have had this. This other person took this from me and had it against my will. It's mine, but there's still a sensation that I stole this. You took it back. It was yours to begin with. It wasn't theirs at all. It wasn't their right to have. It wasn't their right to push their burdens off on you. And it might feel unloving, hateful to push people's own burdens back onto them and say, carry your own stuff. I've got my own stuff. You've got the King of Cups here in reverse. This might be a genuinely upsetting situation, but water signs, you've got the King of Cups and Wands here, and I see you up-leveling as a result of doing introspection, as a result of listening to spirit, your ancestors, your spirit, to the universe. It might be that not doing, staying stagnant for a time period, not working for other people, not working to make people feel good, is exactly what you need in order to bring balance back to your situation. You really might need to be isolated from other people. Care just about yourself and what you want, what you need every single day for a while, maybe for the whole month of March, in order for you to become this King of Cups, upright, balanced, in control of your emotions, and able to teach other people how to stay in control of their emotions. You can become a role model. If you take the energies of this month of March and work them to your benefit, you can become an incredible role model, water signs. It won't happen overnight, but you can take baby steps now to make sure that that happens down the road. It's your dharma, so to speak. Water signs, those are the messages that I have for you for the month of March. Again, if you haven't taken a look at the reading that I've got for February 27th through March 5th, there are some more important messages in there. We were talking about baby steps. Let's take it 1 week at a time. I hope to see you around the channel. Take care.